Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where we are currently still pushing the Soviet Union back over here, and I kind of feel like that might continue for a while, honestly. Like, they're sending very little to resist us, and that is absolutely wonderful. So we're going to continue with that. We do currently have access to some airplanes here, and I kind of feel like we're just going to establish air superiority over here for right now. We're going to get some jet fighters, and we will have, say, 200 of those. There's no infrastructure to bomb over here, so we're just going to attach this air wing to these guys. Perfect. And this air wing, I'm not sure why they're attached here, but okay. I guess they are. So they're here now, as well, theoretically. That's the thing. And these guys, they're going to be set to simply doing air superiority for now. Fantastic. So let's hop back into our infantry map mode, our land map mode. Excellent. How are we doing on our supplies up here? 23 out of 7 and 35 out of 36. Okay, we could do better, to be sure. We are being attacked in the Bering Sea and the North Emperor Chain, or more specifically, there are enemy navies attempting to do things there. I am noticing that we don't currently have a fleet in the Sea of Otosk, and that is probably because our guys who are told to do that are currently docked in Tahiti. So, why are you guys docked in Tahiti? Because they weren't told to patrol. That's why they're docked in Tahiti. Perfect. Absolutely fantastic. So we are going to continue our push through here. And it shouldn't really be any sort of an issue. Except that, you know, it's slow going. That's to be expected. And we are going to build what infrastructure we can up here, but it's going to take some time to get what we need going. And that's completely okay. Not in a huge hurry here. We're just trying to get all of this location finished up for now. These guys are set to defend every single point here. And that's because they're told to defend on a state-by-state basis. And all of these states have some coastal area over here. So that's definitely to be noted, and they have a minimum number of divisions of 20, so that's fine. We're up to 20% war support at this point, and that is great. The Provisional Government of Honduras, well, they're ready, but we're not. So that's great. We are, of course, going to annex these guys as soon as we can. We need 2 more political power to annex one of these. And I'm thinking that we're going to be doing Bolivia first, is my guess. Just because I don't like them being there. I mean, I don't really like Panama being here either, but yeah, we'll definitely do Bolivia first. I'm pretty sure about that. Actually, you know what I should do? Which one has more manpower? 1,000 and 1,000. Technically, Bolivia has more manpower. By, like, 390. Yeah, 390 manpower. Perfect. So we can lower the autonomy of Bolivia here. Indeed, we shall do that. And I guess the easiest way to do that is to just come in here. We'll take that political power. Fantastic. They are now annexed. So in theory, yeah, Falanges Bolivia has that as a core state. Technically, that only occupied it. That's interesting. I did expect that to give us a core state on that. Very interesting. So what's the point of releasing them then? I mean, because you can get more resources and factories if they just give them to you, I suppose. But that sounds like more trouble than it's worth. So we'll probably just re-annex Panama over here and then not do that anymore, since that's apparently a thing. Fantastic. And then is it wanting us to recreate the collaboration government? Do. Collaboration government in... It's not asking us to recreate the collaboration government. But, okay. So, this division can go into this army. Fantastic. Any additional divisions... Like, technically, they can go into this army. And this division can go into this army as well. We want a tank division for this army, do we not? I believe we do. If we hover over it here, yes, we want a tank division for that army. So what do we want to do with this army? Well, eventually we want to get these guys up to the front line. So I think we're just going to have these guys work on area defense over here as well. There we go. Fantastic. We are continuing to push in over here and take this territory. Not that this territory is particularly valuable, of course. There are no resources up there. There are resources down to the south, though. And we probably do want to swing down that way relatively soon-ish. I want to check our recruitment here. I mean, we're still going to be short on our modern tank production. That's always been the case, and I believe always will be the case, at least until we can get some proper steel on our hands. So that'll be fine. We should probably give these guys a commander, right? We don't need to. They'll be fine. For now, anyway. How are we doing on supplies over here now? Still 21 out of 7 and 37 out of 36 up here. So that's not the greatest. But we will be finishing up some of this soon. And actually, this airbase is no longer as high of a priority. We can have the airbase around here. That'll be fine. Who dares wins? Ace Pilot has been promoted. Fantastic. We can do region-wide industrial integration, but we're not going to. Wonderful. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit odd that we weren't able to core this. And I think that's just a thing of how Hearts of Iron works, right? But I'm used to being able to core things that we conquest. That's definitely a thing that I'm used to being able to do. But I mean, Hearts of Iron is supposed to be a pretty tight focus on the actual World War, right? Not supposed to necessarily be doing what we're doing here. And that's completely fine. So these guys, they're going to come up to the front once we have a few more troops in over here. And we are recruiting 4 divisions at a time right now. That'll be fine. At least until we, run out of resources. That'll be a bit problematic, but we'll get there eventually. How are we doing on filling out our navies anyway? Mediocre is the answer. Fantastic. That's what I like to see. Very, very mediocre navies. I mean, that's kind of my brand at this point in this game, isn't it? Mediocre navies. Wonderful. These cavalry are trying to stop us. I doubt they will succeed. So we should be getting more supplies flowing through any time now, really. Yeah, in fact, there it is. They are flowing through where exactly? I guess it was built down here? I don't know. The game is frozen right now. What's going on? We're still frozen. There we go. Whoa, hang on. The Soviet Union just capitulated to the United States. Well, that was unexpected. I'm not sure that I agree that that's great news. That's really awkward. Really, really awkward. Hey, United States. Do we have military access? Actually, yes, we can. Okay. Well, that was certainly unexpected. So, the US should now have more steel to export. There's no doubt about that. We're going to buy some. We're certainly going to buy some steel from the US. And some chromium, if we can get any. Let's see, what can we get over here? Yeah, that'll do. So, we're going to remove all orders here. And I guess at this point, we have to attack Japan. That is a ridiculous front line. I definitely didn't expect the Soviet Union to capitulate there. I wasn't really paying that close of attention, but I didn't think they were that close to capitulation. Well, here's the Soviet Union here. Hello, Joseph Stalin. Well, they had manpower, apparently. They got some of that back, but I guess they must have just entered into a full collapse while we weren't looking. That's really, really awkward for us. There's no doubt about that. The Allies are really making us upset right now. Really making us upset. Unfortunately, we can't really do anything about it because we're fully reliant on them for steel. That was the point of invading up here. But they managed to beat us to that punch. Now, what I'm hoping for right now is that Japan attacks the United States up this way. I have no idea if they have troops in place for that. They probably don't. Well, we kind of need to go back to the drawing board then, don't we? Oh, hello. They are indeed attacking over here. This is great for us. We want Japan to take over this region here, and then we push in. On a smaller front. That's the overall idea right now. It's not a great idea, but it's what we've got. This is still going on over here, by the way. So that's the thing. Republic of Algeria is in a faction. Who all isn't in a faction? Who's unaligned? There's Mauritania. Portugal. Eritrea, Yemen, Oman, Saudi Arabia, Turkey is unaligned. Turkey is unaligned. Now, isn't that interesting? That's very interesting, actually. Let's work on building an intel network in Turkey. Turkey is a pretty important strategic trading partner for us, so let's work on that for the moment. Now, Japan has taken this. There is a crossing here, so we're hoping, and indeed they are, pushing in up this direction. We're making our way over very slowly. And we're hoping that Japan will really start pushing into the former Soviet Union at this point. United States are being total jerks right now, though. Hey, U.S., do you want to export more to us? They kind of don't. They kind of don't. Okay, well, how about nationalist South Africa? Yeah, they'll export some chromium to us. Fantastic. Actually, Poland is willing to export a pretty decent chunk of steel to us. That's great. East Germany has capitulated. That's not surprising. The Comintern is just going to fall apart at this point. But now that the United States has land borders against Japan, I'm really hoping Japan does something here. That would be really handy for us. But they don't seem to be too interested. I mean, we kind of aren't very interested in any of these right now. Or any of these, or any of this, or really hardly any of this tech at this point. We're just kind of researching what's available now. Japan is moving very slowly over here. I mean, there's no way the US has troops here. No way at all. Yes. Yes. Take all their territory, Japan. This is very good. If they continue to take this territory and the United States doesn't respond. If the United States responds, then we've got some potential problems. Hello. We're going to grab some more steel from the US. Turkey's not actually delivering this chromium that we're ordering from them. Let's ask the US for some. Fantastic. Also Portugal. Okay. We do have too much aluminum right now. We'll back that off. Fantastic. We're currently low supplies up here. And why is this? Where are you going? Oh, they're garrisoning the US's stuff there. Yeah, that's not exactly what I want you guys to be doing. Why don't you guys form an army group here? And we'll delete all orders. And we'll have this army group be our front line here for now. Frontline, that's the tool I'm looking for. Okay, so we'll do something along the lines of that. And we do need a field marshal here. So we'll have this guy be a field marshal. Fantastic. These are dark times. Japan is taking a lot of territory there. These are indeed dark times. This is really, really awkward. Like, seriously, words can't describe how awkward this is right now. I was not expecting the Soviet Union to just up and capitulate like that. Well, Japan, our hopes rest on you. Doing some work there. I am seeing that there's apparently some Allied troops over here. That's not super shocking. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into our espionage mode here, and let's see if we can have this guy switch over to propagandizing. This is the one I want, right? Stability and war support. No. Boost ideology. That's the one that we want. Fantastic. Not a suitable state. Okay, yeah. Fascist. We'll get him working on that. That did say that it was going to be 0 per day, but this tooltip said it would be 0.1 per day. So maybe it was just rounding. I don't know. At any rate, we're going to work that on up. Another interesting thing that we could do is start doing... What's going on over here? Ireland is in the Allies. Yeah, that's what I thought. Another thing that we could do is try to turn the world against the United States. And I think that that's going to be a good thing to do. We're going to start building an intel network in Washington, D.C. Fantastic. Japan is making some gains over here. This is good. These guys will turn around in theory. Apparently their area defense was not removed. So we'll do that and see if they turn around. These guys have no orders. They're supposed to be frontlining here with the other army. Are they now? I believe they now are. Yes. Fantastic. Why, hello, Japan. They have some horsey boys there. Perfect. We are not going to seek to defend the United States. We are, of course, going... Hello. We are, of course, going to seek to conquer this back from Japan. Now, that may or may not give it back to the United States when we do, but we want a front against Japan. That would be our ideal situation now. Japan's just pushing in on this front, as is expected. There's no one defending this as far as we know. But I would definitely be interested in turning the U.S. over. Let's see here. We have about 2 years here before their next election. I'd be interested in turning them over towards fascism. Not necessarily to bring them into our faction, but rather to cause some issues for the Allies, who are too powerful right now. There's no doubt about it. By 0 per day. But this definitely says 0.1 per day. So I guess we'll keep an eye on it. 7% here. And down here it was what? 21%, I think? 21.43. Okay, let's watch this day tick. As soon as the day tick actually happens. 21.43. Okay. So it may have something to do with the size of our spy network in this location. Scaled to 1% due to targets counterintelligence and national coverage. Okay. So what we're going to do for right now then, because yeah, that is definitely the issue here. It is growing, but it's 1% of 10% of 1% per day. If that makes any sense whatsoever. In other words, it's gonna be a while. So we're going to have this guy just work on growing the Intel network over here. And this guy, he's going to also work on building the Intel network for now. So we'll just let that happen, and in the meantime, Japan is taking territory over here, which is exactly what we want. This is magnificent for us. They just need to push up to here. Come on over, lads. Anytime. Anytime now. I'm not sure what all these guys are doing over here. Oh, actually... maybe I am. Well, actually, no, I'm not sure. These are the only ones that are currently supposed to be defending our coasts over here. So I don't know why these guys aren't moving. Oh. Supply issues. Fair enough. That would do the trick. That would definitely do the trick. We require 40. We have 36 here. And over here, we require 25, and we have 25. Okay. So we do want to start working on these again. That said, we are constructing a lot more slowly now. Now that we're actually getting some resources. Let's go ahead and back these off. And back this off as well, because we're not actually getting what we're ordering and what we're paying for. Okay. We can save a few factories doing that. Yeah, that saved us 3 factories in total. Fantastic. Japan is continuing to advance over here. It looks like there's actually some troops here. But they won't last long. I did not expect the Soviet Union to capitulate this episode. I really didn't. I expected them to hold out a little bit better. But here we are. Now the Comintern isn't over yet. But it will be soon enough. Writing's on the wall for the Comintern. But we definitely need to start working on sabotaging the Allies. They are too powerful at this point. Let's go ahead and work on additional rubber processing. Fantastic. And how are we doing over here? The Iranian Communist Authority has capitulated. This is not surprising. And if we were to boost ideology here, at this point, yeah, that would be about the same. And it's probably due to their counter intel. So there's that. Now we were still boosting it very slightly, but not slightly, or rather not speedily at all. At any rate, it is, regrettably, time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. In next episode, we are going to hope that we get borders with Japan so that we can start returning to the fighting. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.